The 1% mind, the mental muscle nobody trains. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I begin, I want all of you to take a moment and think about one dream you really want. Now, think about one fear stopping you. Not the one you openly talk about, but the one you silently carry inside your heart every day. Because my story today is not just about winning. It's about every person who has ever stood between a dream and a fear. I am Sarika Malik, an athlete, an Indian professional wrestler who has been injured, operated, doubted, defeated, and yet today I stand here as a world medalist, more stronger and more confident than ever. Let me start with something nobody ever told me. We talk about training the body. We talk about building strength, stamina, speed, endurance. But nobody teaches you to train the 1% mind. The part of you which shows up when your body can't, when plans fails, when injuries breaks you, and when life forces you to stop. And this is important to understand because this 1% mind is not just for athletes. It's the same mind a student needs after failing an exam, a professional needs after losing a job, a businessman needs after failing a deal, and a person needs after a heartbreak, and a dreamer needs when nothing in life is going as planned. Different lives, same mental battle. This 1% mind is the place inside you that wakes up after everything else in you has given up. This talk is about that. I didn't become an athlete the day I first wore my wrestling shoes. No. I became an athlete the day I learned to stand back up. And this journey, this story, this lesson has nothing to do with wrestling. It has everything to do with life if you can relate. Wrestling gave me power, discipline, confidence, and yes, medals, wins, applause, and my identity. But mental toughness? No. It came later. It came through something I never wanted. Something nobody prepares you for. And honestly, I learned it the hardest way possible. It was when everything in my life was going great. I was training hard, highly motivated, confident, and there were just wins, medals, and podium finishes all around. And then came the injury. It was during the World Championships in 2024. One moment, a sudden twist, a sharp sound, and pain shooting down my leg so intense that the world felt silent. And in friction of seconds, my life split into two halves, before and after surgery. The wrestling mat felt far away, and my world became doctors, MRIs, hospital lights, and reports. And then came the word that shook me from inside. It's a complete knee ligament tear, and you need surgery. It wasn't that I was scared of pain. No, I was scared of losing myself. I kept asking myself again and again, if I can't wrestle, who am I? And let me pause here because this is not just an athlete's question. It's the same question people ask after failing an exam, after losing a job, after losing a business deal, after a heartbreak, and when nothing in life is going as planned. If I can't do what defines me, who am I? And this question breaks people much before the circumstances do. And in my case, in that moment, all my wins, my medals, my confidence, it felt like it slipped out of my hands. The surgery wasn't just a medical procedure for me. It was a test of who I really am. The operation wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part was the fear. Fear of losing what I built for years. Fear of starting from zero. Fear of watching others move ahead of me while I can't even stand. And this fear, every normal person here must have felt it once in their life. The surgery wasn't a medical procedure, it was a test of who I am. After the anesthesia wore off, the real pain began. Every moment felt like fire. Every morning felt like starting from zero. Every night felt painful and lonely. My body rested, but my mind fought battles nobody could see. And this is exactly how normal life breaks people too. Slowly, silently, from the inside. I always thought strength meant muscles. But that day I learned something powerful. Strength means endurance of mind. Physical pain is loud, but mental pain is silent and far more dangerous. Because mental pain doesn't scream, it whispers, you are not enough. You are late in life. Others are ahead of you. And most people don't fail in life because of talent. They fail because their mind was never prepared for this moment. They say comebacks are hard, but nobody tells you comebacks are painful, lonely, and frustrating. Whether it's coming back after an injury or whether it's coming back after failure in life. People say comeback begins in the gym. No, they begin in the mind when you are scared to take the first step again. When confidence is gone, when self belief feels heavy. And that is where the real fight starts. There were days I cried silently. My leg felt stiff. My body felt heavy. And one rehab session felt harder than the surgery itself. But every single day, I told myself one thing. You don't need to feel great to be great. You just have to show up. And I showed up with pain, with fear, with uncertainty. And that is mental toughness. Not motivation, not confidence, but commitment on days you don't feel strong. People think mental toughness means being fearless. No, that's wrong. Mental toughness means being scared and still moving forward. It means choosing discipline over excuses, hope over comparison, and patience over pain. And this applies to all of us because mental toughness in real life looks like going to work when life feels heavy, studying even after failing once, staying consistent when you don't know what's going on in your life, and talking kindly to yourself even on worse days. During rehab, I learned something beautiful. Your body heals with treatment, but your mind heals with decisions. And every single day, I made one decision. I am not going to stop even when I don't feel ready. Because confidence doesn't come first, decision does. Before the knee heals, the belief must heal. Before the body moves forward, the mind must decide to fight again. My comeback didn't start on the mat. It started the day I told myself, you are not finished. You are being rebuilt. And the day I stood on the mat again, I wasn't the same athlete. I was stronger, not physically, but mentally. I started winning again. Not just bouts, not just medals, but battles against my own doubt. And those wins felt different because those were not the wins just over my opponents. Those were the win over the version of me that almost gave up. And just 9 months after my surgery, I won a silver medal in the World Championship, defeating a regaining world medalist. One day, that medal may hang on the wall, but what it will really represent will be my will to stand back up, my courage to fight again, and the strength I built when no one was watching. Everyone was against me. When everyone said, "You are finished, you cannot wrestle again." And this strength will stay with me long after that medal fades. And you don't need to be an athlete to train this mental muscle because life will test everyone. And when it does, only one thing matters. Did you train your mind for hard times? Your mind is a muscle. If you don't train it, it will fail the day you need it the most. And believe me, bad days train it better than good days. Pain trains it better than comfort, and failure trains it better than success. People often train arms, legs, core, but you know what the strongest people train? They train focus, resilience, patience, self belief, self talk, discipline, and consistency. And these are not traits, these are muscles. And you need to train all these muscles to activate your 1% mind for the hard times. Today, when I look back, I don't remember the pain of my surgery. What I remember is the one moment, the moment I started to continue. The moment I decided to fight again, the moment I decided to stand back up, that was my victory. People think surgery made me weak. No, it made me discover my 1% mind. So, to all of you present here today, I would like to say whenever now life hurts you, tries to break you, just look it in the eye and say, "You can hurt my body, my plans, my dreams, but you can never touch my mind because I am not just a comeback, I am the 1% mind." And at last, I would personally like to say something to you. I would like to tell all of you something. I always used to recite a poem during my hardest time. When I was lying on the bed, when I can't move, when I just watch others wrestle on the TV. I always thought कि अगर मुझे चोट ना लगती तो आज मैं भी यहाँ खेल रही होती. तो उस टाइम पे मैं हमेशा एक पोएम रिसाइट करती थी जो मुझे हमेशा कॉन्फिडेंस देती थी. And I hope everyone would love it and maybe that will also motivate you. आपने सुनी भी होगी, मन के जीते जीत है, मन के हारे हार, हार गए जो बिन लड़े, उन पर है धिक्कार. उन पर है धिक्कार जो देखे ना सपना, सपनों का अधिकार असल अधिकार है अपना. अपनों के खातिर करना है कुछ आज हमें, अचर अमर कर देना है स्वराज हमें. तू माटी का लाल है, कोई कंकड़ या धूल नहीं, तू सब बदल के रख देगा, इतिहास लिखेगा भूल नहीं. तू भोर का पहला तारा है, परिवर्तन का एक नारा है, यह अंधकार कुछ पल का है, फिर सब कुछ तुम्हारा है. At last, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Mr. Tarun, CEO of Physical Education Foundation of India and sports officer in BIMTech University for giving me this opportunity today and also for supporting not just me but so many athletes out there. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you all of you for giving me your precious time. I hope my story, my journey inspires you. Thank you so much.